Hey guys, Crazy Dog 500 back here once again, and this is a tutorial on how to make this cheap hockey mask into a high quality hockey mask like this one over here. Now this hockey mask is not painted. I just have this to use as a reference to mark out all the holes. I still have to paint this one, but this hockey mask is going to look from cheap to kind of high quality. It's not going to be just like that mask, which is very accurate in shape, has the accurate holes. This obviously is a little funny looking, but it's going to be better than, you know, just how it is now. And you're just going to need only a few materials, and it should be, I'm going to take a guess, around maybe $20, if that, depending what you go with, to turn this into a really good mask. And this mask is only $3.99, so you can't really beat that if you want to go cheap for Halloween. So I hope you guys like it. So here's all the materials you're going to need. You're going to need a glow-in-the-dark hockey mask at the Spirit store, $4, really cheap. You are going to need Krylon white. This is white flat, and it also has primer and paint all in one. Really cheap. This is probably around $3 at Walmart. If you go to Michael's or Hobby Lobby, it's going to be a little bit more. It's going to be around $5 or $6. And you are going to need a gloss clear, and this is Rust-Oleum brand. You can get this pretty much anywhere. I recommend getting this at Walmart if possible. If you can't get this at Walmart, you can always get it at Lowe's or Home Depot. And we are going to go for a part 3 clean look. And the reason why I'm going with the part 3 clean look is because it's really simple and easy, and it makes it look like a Jason mask. Even though there was no such thing as a part 3 clean in Friday the 13th part 3, it was weathered at the very beginning just with lighting and whatnot. It does look like it's clean in some little bit of lighting, but it's not. But I just want to do something quick, easy, and simple and cheap for anybody who wants to do this look. And like I said, I'm going for cheap, so if you want to weather it up, do however you do it, you can also do this the same way by just using different paints. You are going to need a drill, so you can drill out all the holes, and you are going to need a set or just one step bits. And the reason why they call these step bits is because they do have little steps on them, and they go from small to big. Now I got a few of those. You don't need 3 of these, you just need 1. Also, you can use a regular drill bit. This is totally up to you. The reason why I use these drill bits is because every time you drill a hole, they come out pretty clean. You do not need to sand them. You don't need to use an X-Acto knife or sandpaper to take out the little sharp edges or burrs that happen after you drill it. That's the only reason why I use these bits. Like I said, you can use a regular drill bit if you want to do the extra work. That's totally up to you, and you also save money because these bits are about 20 to, I've seen them go all the way up to $40. So you can use a regular drill bit, that works also. You are going to need line 24 snaps. You can get these snaps on eBay or any leather shop. These snaps are very cheap. You can get a pack of these for really cheap. All you need is a few. You need about, let's see, 4 or 5. You need 5 snaps for this one mask, depending on which method you want to go with. You also are going to need a snap setter, which is really cheap. All you have to do is put this through the hole in the mask, put this on top, put this on a little round metal base, and you put this on top and hit it with a hammer until the snap is smooth. Now, if you want to save money or you're in a hurry, you do not have to use this. You can just use super glue and get rid of this male snap piece, and you can just use this. Now, I use Gorilla Glue. I use the gel kind with the green top. This holds really well. So you can just glue these to the cheeks. And if you want to save money, like I said, just use that. Last but not least, you're going to need straps for your new mask. Now, the straps you can get through JDF Studios. His straps are really cheap. I used to make straps, but to me, they're just a hassle to make, so I just have my buddy Jeff do them for me, since he does really good work, and I'd rather pay someone to do it than just spending an extra, hour putting straps together for myself. And you don't have to get these straps. You can also use the straps that come on the mask already. Just be aware they're very cheap and flimsy. Or you can use whatever you have laying around. It doesn't really matter. You just want to make this mask look good paint wise. But if you want to go high quality and use these straps, might as well just, get a real blank. You don't have to get a real blank. I'm just putting that out there. Like I said, some people like to use good straps and paint up their own mask and turn it into a very high quality mask. So this is what you need. Now you're going to need chevrons. As for the chevrons, you can either cut these out of decals, you can buy these through JDF Studios, or you can simply just paint up your own chevrons, which are really easy. You just need painter's tape and you are ready to go. The only reason why I like to get decals is because part 3 had decals, so that's screen accurate right there. And they're not that much money. They're honestly like $2, so might as well spend $2 and get some vinyl chevrons, and it's just peel and stick. Super simple. Last but not least, you are going to need reference. And the reference is to mark out the holes onto the cheap mask you're turning into a better one. Now, not everyone has a blank like me on hand. This is the blank I'm about to paint for somebody. Now, I'm just using this as reference. You can either go on Google, type in Jason hockey mask and print out a picture and just go off of that, or you can click in the link in the description. I'll have a nice photo you can go off of. So either one, whichever way you want to do it. So first off, I want to say I love doing these videos for you guys. I love to do tutorials and show how to turn a flimsy hockey mask into something decent, and I like to put just videos together in general. I hope to have more videos just like this. I've just been really busy and I haven't had a time to really edit videos, and here's one of them that I've been trying to put together. So I hope you guys like this video, so let's get started. So first off, you want to take a look at your mask and see if there's any imperfections on it. If there is, you can just sand that or wash it off. The first thing I'm going to do is remove the straps on these. What I'm going to do is cut these off, and I'm going to put some high quality straps on this. Now if you want to use these straps that are already on, go right ahead. You save money that way. But so for right now, I'm just going to cut these off. Like I said, if you're going to use these straps, don't cut them off. I would just try to, let me see the back of this. Okay, since these are sewed together, I would just try to paint around this and tape them off, and just be careful. Just cut these off. Just like that. We don't need these straps anymore. Now the next thing I'm going to do is probably drill out the holes. I notice on some of these masks, when you buy them at the store, sometimes they come a little bit perfect, and then sometimes you have masks that already have the holes misplaced. Like these look like ovals instead of like circles. So we're going to have to work around that. So I got my reference, and I'm going to mark out each hole with probably a Sharpie marker. I know you can use a pen. Anything that works, go right ahead and use it. So I'm going to mark out these holes with a Sharpie. Now these holes aren't going to be perfect. They're not going to be exactly accurate. I'm not going to get a ruler, and if it's off a centimeter, I'm going to move it. It's just going to look better than what it is now. You do not have to be perfect with this. This is just for fun, and this is really cheap to make. So if you mess up, it's a $4 mask. $4 you can pretty much find on the ground. Not really, but you get the idea. So we got 2 holes here. This hole's a little up. Gonna just take a guess and mark it here. Go up 1. And 1 more. Now if you're putting snaps in this mask with a snap setter and not gluing them, I would drill a hole on the top, a small one, to put the male end of the snap in. Now I'm just going to glue them to the mask, so I'm not going to worry about drilling a hole right there. Now to do the side. Okay, now I got all the holes marked out with a Sharpie. Now it's time to drill these holes. Now the size drill bit I'm going to use is a 3/8. For a part 3 and a part 4, they should be a 3/8. So if you're using a step bit, make sure you look at the number and make sure you go slowly with this bit and don't make them too big. Now since these holes are already messed up, I'm just going to work with them. And if you are doing a part 4 mask, you can always cut a X mark at the top of this. So I'll drill out these holes and see how they look. Now here's what the mask looks like with the holes drilled. And I'm not gonna lie or try to be really cocky, but this mask came out pretty good, just the holes alone. And another reason why I'm doing a part 3 or a 4 if you want to is because this mask has a narrow look to it as is. If you want to do a, let's say a part 5, 6, you know, so on and so forth, you could widen this mask over a stove, or you can use a blow dryer or a heat gun to reshape this. Now once that's done, make sure all the holes are nice and clean. And let's get to the snaps. And the reason why I'm doing the snaps next is because you want to paint the bottom snaps white, because in the movie they are painted over. So let's get started on that. So I got my Gorilla Glue and I got some tweezers because I always have a bad habit on gluing my fingers together, and that's not fun at all. So what I'm going to do is flip this over, add a bit of glue. Try not to get any on my fingers. Get my tweezers. Got the tweezers. And I'm going to try and position this kind of in the middle. That looks about right. Now this super glue does kick in right away, so I let that sit for about 10 minutes. And I'm going to put the snaps on each side, put one over here, right side, left side, close to the cheek and to the bottom of the cheek. Now, one way of doing this, if you want to fill in this hole, which is more work than it should be, I would put a piece of tape back here and fill this with Bondo. Once the Bondo is dry, peel off the tape and smooth that, and this hole would be gone. Now if you want to do this quick and easy, I'm just going to put the snap over here, so once the straps are on, it will cover this hole, so you don't have to worry about that. And if you are doing the snap setter, all you have to do is drill a hole in the middle, put the male part in, put the female on top, and set this with the hammer, and you should be ready to go. But I am doing the glue method, which is easy, so I'm going to finish that right now. Now this is what it looks like once you put all the snaps around the whole mask. Now if you are using a snap setter, you just have to drill 5 holes on where you want to put the snaps. If you are using super glue, just make sure you clean around the edges of the snaps just in case super glue leaked around it. All you have to do is get a Q-tip and alcohol, clean it up, or you can even use water, because if you do spray paint this mask and there is super glue that was leaking around the edges, it will show up in your paint. So just make sure there's no super glue that's exposed on the outside of these snaps. So this mask is ready to go and ready for paint. Now I'm not gonna tape off these snaps right here. It doesn't matter if I get paint on them. It is a cheap mask. Like I said, you do not need to be extremely careful for this mask, but if you want to tape them off, go right ahead and put those on yourself. So I'm gonna spray paint this mask and come back. So here is the hockey mask all painted white, and this is with the Krylon bright white. Now what I'm gonna do is put these decal chevrons on. Now the way these chevrons work, it's kind of like a tattoo. Like those fake tattoos you just put on your skin and add water. The only difference is you're not adding water. So what I like to do is cut these chevrons out because it makes it way easier to apply them. And I like to trim the excess off. And like I said, it makes it way easier once you trim off this extra sheet. Once you trim off the extra sheet, you are ready to go. This way it makes it easier on applying the chevrons. If you have the rest of the extra sheet decal of this, it just makes it a pain to attach these. Now make sure you have your chevrons on the right way. I know on the side chevrons they can get a little confusing because some people think they're the same, but they're not. So make sure you have these correctly on. And these are correct. So I'm going to apply the chevrons. Now they're really simple. All you have to do is peel off the backing on this, and you have your chevron exposed. Now some people actually thought you peeled this off and you attach it to the mask itself. Now, I mean, if you really want to do that, you can, but it's really hard to do that. And some people want to try to make these perfect, so that's why they use an X-Acto knife and put those on, but you really don't have to. I don't see the point in that. It's just a hassle. So all you have to do, place this onto the mask, make sure it is even and leveled, push it on and peel it back. So I'm going to show you a closer look on how to do that. Now with these chevrons, I like to eyeball them. And this is a cheap mask. It does not have to be perfect, but let's see. I think that, I can move it over a little bit. Now with something like this, I'm really picky on how it's lined up. I think that looks pretty good. So all you have to do is push it along the mask, make sure it's on good, and peel off the backing. Oh, okay, maybe I didn't have that one good enough. There we go. Now move it slowly towards you. And that's pretty much it. I would say it's on pretty even. Now all you have to do is do the side ones and you are ready to go. Now here's what the mask looks like with all the chevrons on, and it looks pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. And what I'm gonna do now is add some gloss clear coat, and it should be all set and ready to go. Now once you put gloss clear coat, make sure you do this in an area where it's not windy, there's no bugs flying around, because once you put that clear coat on, whatever's on that surface is gonna stay there, and it's gonna be kind of noticeable if you have a big piece of dirt, fingerprints, or you know, a bug that lands on it. It's going to be on there. So make sure it's in a nice clean place where, you know, nothing's going to touch it. So I'll be back with that shortly. Now here's what the mask looks like once the gloss clear coat is on. I don't think you can see a difference in this video on how it looked before, but it is pretty shiny and it's nice and clean. Now I'm not going to put these straps on right now just because I did this video within 2 days. So I want to make sure the super glue is really good on these before I put them on. Because if you start putting these snaps on or straps and keep pulling on them, it could come off. It's just super glue. So if you are using a snap setter to put these snaps on, you have no problem taking these straps on and off and you're ready to go. So if you have the straps, I'm just going to show you what it kind of looks like without pushing on them. You know, it looks something like this. And to be honest, it looks like a pretty good mask. You go from a cheap Party City, Spirit Store, Halloween Express, whatever you go, online, eBay, whatever you name it. You get this mask for $4. I think $4 is pretty good for something like this. And it turns out pretty nice. Now you don't have to do a clean part 3 like I did. I just did something short, easy, and simple for everyone to do. If you want to dirty it up, add an axe wound, add some blood, make it into a part 7, do whatever you want to do. It's your mask. You don't have to make this super clean and easy like I did. I just wanted to give you guys an idea on how to make the prep work, you know, prep work alone, make it into a nice mask. Just by adding these holes and snaps alone made it into a better mask. So I hope to have more videos like this to come, guys. Let me know in the comment section whatever you want to see. I'll put up some more tutorials if you guys want to see any. And thanks for the support, and have a good one, guys, and happy Halloween.